Hey guys, welcome back to the WODdoc Project365, episode 225. Coming to you special request, talking about caving the knees at the bottom of the squat. You know, by nature, our knees want to get pulled in on the bottom of the squat. So basically what we talk about when we say knee caving is we talk about our knees coming into what medically we call a valgus position, right? But we just mean that the knees come from the outside. Instead of getting pushed back out, they fall in, they come in like this, and we kind of come up like that, right? So we've got 3 exercises today. Pick the one you like. We'll do simplest to more complex, all right? First one, nice light band. You're going to take it, cross it. Now we have 2, right? We're going to step through it like such. One loop goes above the knee, one loop goes below the knee. It'll make this little cross like such. You're going to take your feet at shoulder width apart like you normally would in your normal squat setup. Remember when we talk about squats, we want them somewhere between hip and shoulder. If you're a little bit wider, that's fine. If you're a little bit more narrow, that's fine. But somewhere in that magical zone. Now what we have is we have this biofeedback loop, right? I have somebody, the band, telling me I need to keep my knees out, right? So let's just work this with the air squat. It works just the same when I'm doing regular squatting. However, the more that I load on my back, the harder it is for me to keep my knees out. Hence, the better it is when I have this biofeedback mechanism, okay? So I come here, the first thing I'm going to do is push my butt back. Remember when we take a squat, when we squat, first thing we do is set that torso angle. So I set that torso angle, I'm coming down, but now I have this feedback mechanism in which I'm going to push against. That doesn't mean that my feet come all the way up outside onto the back or onto the outsides of my feet. All it means is that now I'm creating this torque against the band. So I come back, set my torso angle, my weight is on towards my heel or midfoot, and I have this nice little mechanism which is going to say knees out, knees out, knees out, knees out, knees out, and I come on up. Okay? Now what happens if it's only one knee? Okay? Whichever knee that is, I can now use that same mechanism, except I take a band and I put it around a bar or any post, and I'm just going to step through one leg at a time. So let's say, for instance, it's my right leg on this case, right? So what I can do here, make sure it's above your knee, right, is I'm going to do the same exact thing, but we're just saying that our right knee caves in at the bottom, right? So now I don't have to worry about the left. Everything else is going to be the same, and set my weight back, drive on down, and now I just have to worry about just that one. And I should be nice level, good foot, a nice level foot, midfoot to rear foot, drive on up. Good, right? So, third, doesn't involve a biofeedback loop, all right? That's why it becomes the hardest, because now I have to take what I learned through the other feedback mechanisms and apply it. We're going to take 2 half rollers here. The way that we set these rollers up is we take whichever our stance is, and we put the rollers just to the outside of the midfoot, and it should go into the front. Remember, your knees are going to pass your toes when we squat. What the goal is once I set, all right, once I set, I'm going to come to the outside of those rollers. Here's the game. If I knock any of the rollers down through a 10 squat cycle, I start again. So I come here, boom, back up, boom, back up, boom. If I knock it down, I start back over. Use one of those. We have the double banded, we have the single banded, and then we just have the foam rollers. If I use either one of those, play a couple of those games, see which ones you like. Until tomorrow, we are optimizing function to optimize performance.